I have a swatch which people have mixed opinions on. Some people think it's unique, some people think it's weird, but I think it's not that bad. The Scubaqua is the latest collection from Swatch and it is available in 5 variants. I've got the most popular one with me. So let's start with the unboxing experience. The packaging is very eco-friendly and the unboxing is just basic. You have the Swatch Scubaqua logo and then once you open it you have a white box with Swatch written on it and then you have the watch inside. Other than that you have the warranty, and when it comes to Thailand, normally what happens is they give you a VAT receipt if you need VAT refund and they take it back from you. So you don't have any other proof unless you take a picture of the bill that you have warranty for the watch, and you have only one sticker on the glass. That's it, and that's the unboxing experience. The Scubaqua series is inspired from jellyfish, and this specific model is inspired from a jellyfish called Egg Yolk. The color scheme is also very similar to it. When it comes to the specifications of this watch, it has 100 meters water resistance, a unidirectional rotating bezel, a 44mm case, thickness of 15.4mm, a lug to lug of 51.5mm. The strap is made up of silicone, the clasp is made up of polymer, and it has a plexiglass crystal. It also runs with a Swiss ETA movement manufactured by Swatch, and it has a skeletal design as well. At the back you have a hatch for the battery which you can actually remove and replace the battery for 2 years for free. It has a transparent case made up of bio-post material, which is castor oil and many other materials claimed by Swatch. If you're enjoying the video so far, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. I'm Nishant and I do everything related to watches and watches only. And I'm also giving away a Casio W218H, and this is the last week to actually enter the giveaway. This is an extension actually. You can find the link for the giveaway video in the description. You can enter that by following the rules in the video. The design of this watch is surely very unique. If you look at the dial, you have a transparent see-through dial, which is inspired from jellyfish, so it needs to be transparent. And the good part is, even if you wear it, it doesn't give you an odd feeling of wearing a transparent watch. You can see the time very clearly in almost all light conditions. The placement of the crown is at 11 o'clock position, which is quite weird, and it has 100 meters of water resistance but doesn't have a screw-down crown. So it's a basic watch. They claim that you can go snorkeling and everything with this watch, but I don't think so. You can actually do it. And you have this unidirectional rotating bezel, which is actually very satisfactory when it comes to the standard of this watch. And it gives you like the 120 clicks per second kind of feel, which is really good. The indices, the 3, 6 and 9 are in numerals and the others are in shapes. When it comes to the loom, I'll discuss about that later. You have very broad hour and minute markers in this watch, which is actually really good when it comes to the visibility of this watch. And you have a white and greenish yellow tint to the watch. I'm afraid that after some time it could get dirty and pulp, so I hope doesn't happen. Even the buckle has the same kind of finish to it. It's more of a plasticky finish and it has a same colorway to it, which is very popping. But there's a unique feature to this watch which I'll discuss in the further chapters, which is kind of awe as well as disappointing. I was surprised by the build quality of this watch. I had bought 2 swatches before, which was the Moon Swatch, and I felt like the build quality was really bad in those 2 watches. But over here, even though I'm disappointed about the plexiglass crystal, which is kind of a bummer to this watch, but the silicone strap is very comfortable. The buckle deployment of this watch is quite different. So when you wear the watch, you put the buckle in and put it through the other side of the buckle, and then you have fastened as well, which keeps the watch secure. So the buckle placement and design is something good, which I like, but the buckle itself is very flimsy, like the normal swatches we've seen. Otherwise, when you look at the case as well as the unidirectional bezel, the quality is really high, and the strap is very comfortable, and the quality is quite high in that as well. So overall, it's not the worst we've seen in Swatch, but it's better for the price. This watch has a unique feature which I told you before, but it works only under UV light. So when you shine the UV light on top of this watch, you get this luminescent look on the strap as well as almost all the places of the watch. But that is a kind of a gimmick. Use of UV light is very rare in most of the cases, unless maybe you're underwater, you might have an option to use UV light. But otherwise, when you're looking at normal sunlight, only the hour and minute hand actually looms up. I thought that the whole watch will loom up, but it did not. So that was kind of a disappointment when it comes to this specific colorway, and this was the main selling point of this colorway actually, and it was quite depressing when you look at it if it's not lighting up in normal light conditions, and when UV light it looks very spectacular, but still it's kind of a disappointment. When it comes to the price of this watch, it is priced at 14,400, which is in the Indian piece, and I bought it in Thailand, so it was 5,500 baht, which comes to 14,340 rupees. So there's not much difference between India and Thailand when it comes to Swatch. I think to an extent this watch is actually worth its price. And if you're looking at a very broader scale of watches, then I'll have to discuss about that in the next chapter. Before answering that question, I have a few limitations with this watch. The quality of the buckle is not something I would rely on. Actually, it's quite flimsy and I'm afraid that it might break after a long term of use. The loom quality is not the greatest as well. This being inspired as an scuba diving watch or a snorkeling watch, the loom could have been much more better than it is actually. I've tried it keeping it in the sun as well as in the UV light. It's not up to the point. The marketing of this Egg Yolk model is quite disappointing as it doesn't glow unless you have UV light, and the price is little steep, but it's okay. So when you're coming to the point of whether to buy this watch is not actually for everyone. You do have colorways which actually are much more toned down in this model, but if you're a person who doesn't like these kinds of plasticky watches, this specific model as well as the series is not for you. For this price, you can actually get an automatic with a steel bracelet to Alba, or if you want a Timex Marlin, which is again a quartz movement, you still get a steel strap with a different kind of dressier dial. But this one is more for the funky and hippie people out there, and people tend to love these kinds of watches from Swatch, and they have a whole variety of them. If you're a person who wants a dive inspired watch which is really cool looking and funky and turns heads, this is the watch for you. These were my honest thoughts on the Scubaqua Egg Yolk from Swatch. If you have a friend who loves this watch, please do share it with them and let them know what they're getting into before buying this watch. If you haven't seen my previous video about the only watch I wore to Thailand, you can check it out, as well as the playlist of all the watch videos I've made over here. I'll see you next week with another exciting video. Until then, peace out.